This idea of putting a race car engine in a sedan was at the time really unheard of. And the idea came from a journalist in Modena, in Maserati's hometown, who went to the board and said, hey, why don't you guys put one of your fantastic performance engines, your race car engines, in a sedan? And that birthed the Quattroporte. Literally means 4 doors. And what they did is they put a 280 horsepower V8 capable of 143 miles an hour into a sedan. And it had heads of state, royalty, the most famous actors of the time, sportsmen, all lining up to get in this car. So when you look back at the Quattroporte and all the different generations of the car, one of the most important aspects is that it did combine the best of the performance world with the best of the luxury world. When you look at how the design of the current car is, this long, this low, wide design, when you look at the width of the tires, even the engine choices, 523 horsepower available, this is a car that's built not just to have the best performance numbers, but also to have the most exclusive materials in the world. Things like Xenia silk, the equivalent of 4 suits worth of silk on the interior of this car. It's something unheard of. You know, then as now, Maserati's building a car that really no one else is building. The new Quattroporte really does have a dual personality, and it sacrifices nothing in its aim to be not just one of the best performance cars on the road, but also one of the most luxurious cars on the road. When you look at this car and you look at what it's capable of, not only carrying 5 passengers in some of the best comfort out there, but a car that's capable of 193 miles per hour. A car that can brake in 112 feet. I mean, these are supercar numbers. One of the pillars of the Maserati brand is its exclusivity. When you look at the fact that there's 56 different interior combinations between the leather, between the stitch patterns, between the dash and the headliner, and that doesn't even count the additional 7 trims. So when you think about it, you have almost 400 different interiors to choose from. And Maserati, for model year 17 with the Quattroporte, actually takes it to the next level, where we introduced 2 new trims, the Granlusso trim and the GranSport trim. And both trims are designed really for the most discerning customers to create a different aesthetic. These are things that very, very few cars in the world can do. And Maserati captures it perfectly in the Quattroporte. So when I think of Italian design, the words that come to mind are assertiveness, aggressiveness, dynamism, even seductiveness. You know, you think of Italian designs as sexy. And even when you look back at the 1963 Quattroporte, a lot of these elements were there. You know, the thing about Italian design is it begs to be touched and looked at from different angles. And I think when you look at that character line, especially as it goes back to the rear flanks of the car, you see the interplay of the light and the shadows on that rear flank. You see how wide that is, and you see the aggressive, performance-oriented stance of the car. Italian design, it is a work of art. It's seductive, it's sexy, and that's one of the hallmarks of the Quattroporte design. And I think with model year 17, the design and the updates take that even to that next level. The cockpit is very much driver focused. You look at the all-new sport steering wheel, you look at the shift paddles, you look at the way the car engages you, even the choice of materials between the fine Xenia silk, between the premium natural leather. These are things that really engage the driver, and that's what the Maserati brand is all about. We have a lot of new safety features available. Things like blind spot assist, parking assist, those things are standard. But on the Granlusso trim, you also have some great features like adaptive cruise control, which can stop the car all the way down to 0 in stop and go traffic. Things like forward collision warning, lane departure warning, even autonomous braking. these are all standard on the Granlusso trim and available for the other Quattroporte models. So the new Quattroporte features a lot of new, what we'll call comfort features in the car. Brand new infotainment system, 8.4-inch touchscreen, fantastic and improved resolution, pinch and zoom technology. You've got the ability to do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, right out of the box. You also have a brand new rotary control knob that allows you to, again, interact with the car in a new way. The car also has a standard air quality sensor, which is going to measure the pollutant and the odor levels in the car and remove them. So I think the biggest thing about the Quattroporte from its genesis back in 1963 to today is it's never lost its goal or its aim of being one of the greatest performance cars in the world, as well as one of the greatest luxury cars in the world. It's a car that has retained its soul. It's a car that continues to engage its driver. When you look at society today, everybody's in a rush to go somewhere. The Quattroporte begs the driver to keep driving, to take that road less traveled, and to drive a couple extra miles in order to stay in that car and enjoy the driving experience.